Alright, so I want to review this Shankly Universal Coil Spring Compressor. Now I bought this because for probably the past at least 30 years I've gotten by with this right here. Now there's been many times I've thought about buying a nice spring compressor for struts that actually mounts to the wall, but the problem is, as a lot of you probably know, I'm actually an aircraft mechanic by trade. Used to be an ASE certified master mechanic years ago. Over the past few years, I've started doing more and more side work for people in my neighborhood and friends and family. Mostly to help them out, because I keep hearing people complain about not being able to find honest mechanics or shops that are just charging an arm and a leg. So I started out trying to help people out. Now it seems like almost on every day off I've got someone's car to work on, which is fine. It puts a little bit of extra money in my pocket and it helps them out. So that's what it's all about, and it keeps me up as much as I can stay up on the latest and greatest stuff. But anyway, this is a spring compressor for a coil spring for a strut. You know, you can see it's got a lot of wear on it. You look right here on the head of that bolt. There is no washer that rides between this and this part, so it just rubs. Over the years, I've thought about making a washer or just finding a washer to put in between there so it'll have some kind of a, you know, something to turn on, but I haven't. And this has always worked, and it's been scary to use. In fact, if you look up top, you'll see a link that I'll put to the last set of struts that I did, which was on a 2016 GMC Sierra. And these bolts right here, when I had those springs compressed as much as I possibly could get, these bolts right here was literally bowing. I mean, I definitely made sure I was out of the way because I was expecting them to break at any time. And that's not a good feeling to have when you're trying to do struts. So I went on the look for a small, compact spring compressor set that basically, you know, you can put up on a shelf and it's out of the way. I don't have enough room here in my shop to, you know, to have things hanging on the wall that I only use maybe twice a year or even once a year. So I come across this. It's very highly rated for the price. I think it's going to be hard to beat. I have not used it yet. I can't wait to use it. And when I do use it, you're going to be the first to see it in action. But let's open it up and let me show you why I think it's going to be an absolute pleasure to use. So this is what you got. And if you look here, you look at how beefy this whole tube is. There's no way for this thing to bow at all. So you've got, I don't even really know how this thing works completely. You can see so that right there is going to clamp around the coil, okay? Then you're going to tighten this up, and that's going to clamp around the coil. Well, you know, either the most upper or lower coil on the spring. And they do say in the manual you can use an impact. They do not, you know, they don't say that you cannot use an impact. So an impact is their tool of choice. So you can see this is a tube in a tube system. So you're going to have this one, and I'm just going to close that completely up like that. You're going to have this one clamped around the one spring. Then this is going to nestle on the opposite spring. And then as you tighten this up, make sure you're in frame here. As you tighten it up, it's just going to pull them together. It's just a lot more rigid and heavy setup. Now this is, once you get both these, you're going to have each one of these on each side of the spring. And what you're going to do is you're going to bolt this right here, and then you're going to take it around and you're going to bolt it to this one. And that just helps hold them together and makes them more secure. To be honest, I probably won't use this very often, unless it proves to be something handy to definitely use. But let me put this up here just so you can kind of see the difference in how beefy this one is compared to this one. I'm just screwing this nut in right here. So you got a heavy tube inside a heavy tube, and then all you got here is just that's probably about a 9/16, maybe a 5/8 bolt. And although this has always gotten me by, it's been scary to say the least. I can definitely see where this is going to be a lot more pleasurable to use. And I'm sorry I don't have a spring to be able to use this on. I was really hoping to be able to demonstrate it on an actual spring, but I don't have any springs laying around here. But the next car that comes in that I've got to use this on, I'll definitely do a real world review on it. But I just kind of wanted to show right now. I've had this for about 6 months, and I thought, there may be people out there that's getting ready to do struts on their vehicle, and they're looking for a spring compressor. This is definitely cheaper. You can get a set of these for like 20 bucks. I can't remember what I paid for this kit, but it wasn't that much more. I want to say it was like 48 bucks or something, 45 to $50. I'll put a link in the description to it. It's by Shankly, and the quality seems superb. I'm very impressed with the build quality of it. Comes in a nice case, so you can store it away. And I have no doubt that whenever it comes time to be able to use, it's going to be a pleasure to use. A lot more so than what I have been using. Fits nice in the case. It does come with a manual. In fact, we'll open it up and we'll see what it says. Universal spring compressor with safety guard to remove coil springs quickly and safe. 12,000 kilogram maximum capacity per pair. Instructions for use. Hook the spring tensions into positions on the opposite sides of the spring to cover as many turns, that should be turns, as possible. Using a spanner or impact wrench, tighten the 19mm spindle driver head alternately. Install the new coil spring using the drive heads alternately. Release the tension on the spring evenly. And what they mean by alternately, don't tighten one up all the way. You want to tighten one up a little bit, and then tighten the other one up. Tighten the other one up, tighten the other one up. And you want to alternately, bring the spring down. And Shankly makes, I got a nice puller set from Shankly. And this, it claims that they're a family-based business. Now, we want to say thank you for making our entrepreneurial dream possible. Mandy at ShanklyAuto.com. 2-year warranty and registration. It takes less than 45 seconds. So there you go. You can email Mandy and thank her for producing such a good tool. And it is made in China, I believe. Let me look. I think I saw it on the front. But that's the kit. Yeah, made in China, but again, it's 2-year warranty. Looks like it's probably going to last. I mean, if these last 30 years, surely these will last that long too, as long as you're not abusing them. I would recommend lubing the threads up with either oil or a grease whenever you use it, just to try to cut down on some of the friction. But 2-year warranty, Shankly. Here's the part number, DN-B1067. And yeah, I think this will be a good addition to the do-it-yourselfer. If you do struts and whatnot on your vehicles, or you work on friends and family's vehicles like I do, this will be something to definitely have in your garage. You guys take care.